Big dick squad coming through. That's what we do.
But we're not here to talk about why big giant black dicks are like a mutant fucking thing and you shouldn't look up to it. And these women who fuck black guys are more or less just fucking wanting to fuck donkeys.
Hedonist.
We're here to put the case of Mary Barone to bed, boys. After a year, we finally have a smoking gun. We finally have an answer to the question, why did Mary not end up in jail? But before we even get to that, there's so much lie. And Virgy, you did the right thing by telling that story before this. Because when you were telling that story, now that I'm familiar with what she told the cops, I'm over here like, oh, this is such bullshit. You fucking evil bitch.
Yeah, dude. I knew that the best way to present the documents and shit, if you really wanted to nail that shit home all the way, you have to read what she wrote down in her fucking book and sold.
Well, Virgy, I know that's a great place to start. And if you wouldn't mind, could I ask you to read the section, just the paragraph, I guess, or the sentence before it and the paragraph where she talks about how she went from the sink directly to the couch and then she found herself tied to a bed. She took a nap and then got tied to a bed. That's a great place to fucking start because there's some pretty big inconsistencies in that story.
So you want me to pull up? Here, let me pull that back up. I closed it, but it's all good. Bam! It's that quick. I have everything right here. I sat on the couch as he drug her body. He was kind to me at this stage. We would eat. I think it's a little bit further up. No, he raped me. I sat silent on the couch before he filled the grave, gave me a good look, started losing track of what happened after this. I eventually fell asleep and awoke with my left arm tied to the bed. He was very kind to me at this stage. He lovingly told me not to scream and I would be okay. He told me, he held me and stroked my hair and told me I would only be tied up for a little while, only until he could trust me not to leave him.
Okay, so the sequence of events, according to Mary, was the murder happened. She put her hands in the sink. McBride went out and dug a hole and buried the bitch, and then brought Mary outside and said, "You see that bitch in that hole? You'll be there with her if you ever fuck with me." Then she sat her down on the couch, raped her, cleaned the rest of the scene up, because adding forensic evidence to a scene you're cleaning up is something murderers do all the time. And then she took a nap, and when she woke up, she was tied to a bed. That's really interesting, Mary, because according to the affidavit for search warrant that was filed on April the 9th, 2009, I'm going to read your statement of how this shit went down. And we'll break down the story in different parts, but I just want to get this part out of the way, because this is the most glaring fucking inconsistency that just came up in new shit. I'm going to start with, well, let me start right here. The witness stated she observed the victim lying nude in the bed with all four of her extremities tied to the bed frame. The witness also observed a rope-like material around the victim's neck, and the victim appeared to be dead. This is consistent. The witness stated that the suspect requested 2 large black garbage bags from the kitchen, which the witness provided. That's consistent. The suspect cut the bags open and used a roll of duct tape that he retrieved from his vehicle to tape the 2 bags together in order to form a makeshift body bag. That's consistent. The witness stated that the suspect cut the rope from the victim's body in the bed frame and discarded the rope in the trash. That's consistent. They didn't have the rope, but they did find the rest of the roll in the drawer later. So that's all true. The witness stated the suspect then rolled the victim up in the plastic garbage bags and taped the bags together, concealing the body. The witness and the suspect traveled to 1580 Brennan Field Road Walmart and purchased a shovel, which was captured on video surveillance. Very important to note, Adrastia did not tell the police that. That is something the police had to go find on their own.
Wonder why she wouldn't want people to, know that.
Yeah, you notice how everything else says the witness stated, the suspect then, the witness stated, because the suspect cut, and then it gets to that and says the witness and suspect traveled. This was captured on surveillance. She didn't state that. It gets even better, though. The witness was ordered to clean and discard anything that was related to the homicide, while the suspect went back in the yard and dug a hole up at the base of the back porch. We know that the whole location is right. The witness stated that the body stayed in the master bedroom of the residence until the following day, February 24th, 2009. The suspect then drugged the body from the bedroom on a bed comforter, because he couldn't, lift it by himself, still wrapped in the black plastic bags, placed the body on the back porch and covered with several other bags of garbage, also in black trash bags. So they used this. They were so dirty at this house that they kept piles of trash on the porch to the level you could like conceal a tard and nobody would become suspicious of it. On February the
That's a lot.
24th at approximately 9 p.m., the suspect removed the victim's body from the back porch and placed her in the hole that he had previously dug the night before. Then he just left her in the fucking hole for a day. On February 25th, 2009, the suspect removed all personal items pertaining to the victim and delivered them in a black garbage bag to the Salvation Army drop-off, to include one standard hospital wheelchair and portable handicap toilet chair. The witness was not allowed to be alone or away from the residence without the suspect, as she was threatened with her own life if she speaks of this homicide. So no, Mary, it didn't just happen in one night. If this story about you going to sleep and waking up is to be believed, you were in a coma for 3 fucking days.
Yep. Another thing is
that,
she
but
states
you were drugged to Salvation Army with this guy. And you went to buy the shovel, which we already know. So that's lie number 1. Let's go ahead and get rid of lie number 2, since it's already in that story that you told. What was the story? Her and Meemaw went to dinner. They came back. It was her birthday, so her and Meemaw and Kenneth went to dinner. She came back and conveniently decided the night of the murder, I'm gonna break up with you. At which
here you
point,
go.
He threatened her with a knife, I think, and told her, get in the fucking truck or I kill Meemaw. Would you like to quote that? Because I've got the real story here.
Yeah, we got it right. I got it right up on the screen. Upon arriving, hold on, it's right before that. Where is it? Miss Barone stated that on February 23rd, 2009, her and Kenneth McBride, hereinafter referred to as suspect, returned to the Myrtle Street address after arguing about whether or not Roberta Laws, hereinafter referred to as victim, would be allowed to continue to live at 2579 Myrtle Street.
It's just like, holy shit, she's a wild whore.
Yeah,
the fact
who'd
that
have
she
thought?
said this all happened in one night and it happened over the course of 72 to 96 hours. That's the least offensive lie that we're about to.
Oh, it gets better. During this argument.
There
Go
you
ahead.
Go. Read the thing. How did she get in the fucking truck and get over to her grandma's house? That's
During
the
the
real story.
Yeah, during this argument, Mary Barone, hereinafter referred to as witness, stated the suspect said that he would just kill her. Upon arriving at the residence on Myrtle Street, suspect told the witness to remain in the vehicle. After approximately 20 to 30 minutes, the suspect emerged from the residence.
Wait, no, I meant read her part of it.
Oh, her report?
Her book. Yeah, I've got the report on my end that has the truth.
All right, so you want me to do the lies and you do the truth? That could work.
Yes, we'll start that way. You do the lies, and me and JJ will tackle and I'll do the truth, and JJ will do the
Yeah, I'm color commentating it all.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I needed to know why he had done this. I needed to know right then. I was dumbfounded. I cried and apologized. He said we needed to lie. Okay, hold on. It's a little bit further down. Wanted me. He took Meemaw to celebrate. She took us out to eat, and when we got back, I told him to just leave me there. I didn't care about the things. I left her the money he owed me. Funny that she mentions that. I just wanted to go back to living with Meemaw. He grabbed my arm tight and whispered to me that if I didn't get into his truck, he would kill Meemaw. We argued the whole ride back. At one point, I attempted to jump from the moving vehicle. He pulled me back in and pulled out a knife he said he would use if I tried that again. He said he was going to take care of everything. I cried and begged to just be let go. When we got there, he said, stay put. If the door is open, the alarm will sound, and I would be killed. Did as I was told, sat in the truck, staring at the house for nearly an hour. I would contemplate jumping out, trying to get away, and think about him shooting me or sending his friends after me. I was afraid I would put Meemaw in danger. He threatened to hurt her already and knew where she lived, blah, blah, blah. She trusted him, and I knew if I go away, she would be his first stop. I waited anxiously till he came back. He took my hand. How far do you want me to go into this?
Oh, just how she got to the house is good enough. What if I told you, Virgy, that her original story is that she was on a weekend vacation with Kenneth McBride. They never went back by Meemaw's house at all. And the argument, according to the statement that she gave to the police, was that they were arguing about moving Roberta out of the house. Now, let me ask you this, Virgy. If you had just broken up with a motherfucker and he kidnapped you, would you be in the truck arguing about getting his bitch out the house so you could move in?
No, I don't think I would.
Yeah. That didn't happen. What happened was the whole way there, and it's stated all through these documents, from the motion of Lemon to the state's discovery of exhibit and demand for reciprocal discovery. It's all over this that she has stated that the argument, and that was part of McBride's case, that she just nagged him and drove him fucking nuts on the way there. And I kind of can believe that. There's no excuse to murder a retard, but I think we've all been driven a little nuts by a Drastia.
Yeah, I can attest. That bitch is annoying as fuck.
Yeah. So she didn't just sit quietly in the car and do as she was told. At one point, I even tried to leap from the car. Bullshit. You never even went back to your fucking grandma's house. You told the cops you went straight from a 2-day vacation where you left this fucking retard by herself for 2 days and you're supposed to be her caregiver to go fuck her husband in a motel for a weekend. You were nagging him the whole way back to get rid of this bitch. Liar. Fucking liar. You lying little bitch.
Otto said, some Baltimore youth stole your screen.
Hold on, I have it right here. He took me to Mima's because I was writing a script for a video, but as it turns out, we're just going to do this. He took me to Mima's to celebrate. She took us out to eat, and when we got back, I told him to just leave me there. I didn't care. You just read this part, okay? He said he was going to take care of everything, so I'm just going to read from my script. Okay, scary story, and sounds feasible. I mean, it's pretty convenient. She just happened to break up with him the same night, but hey, maybe that drove him over the edge, right? That's what a Drastia would certainly have you believe, now that she's had time to consider her own culpability. But here's what the warrant report says. Page 2, essay number 09CF035366, filed on April the 9th, 2009. Miss Barone stated on February 23, 2009, her and Kenneth McBride, hereinafter referred to as suspect, returned to the Myrtle Street address after arguing about whether or not Roberta Laws, hereinafter referred to as the victim, would be allowed to continue to live at 2579 Myrtle Street. During the argument, Mary Barone, hereinafter referred to as witness, stated the suspect said, "I'll just kill her."
Oh.
That's it. That's all she told the cops. Not that she had just broken up with McBride. Not that they just argued. No. She didn't break up with him. She was arguing with him about ditching his disabled fiancée that she didn't want around. And if anyone knows Mary, you know she does not shut the fuck up. Nothing, like I said, justifies murdering someone. But if he was compelled and a Drastia was in on it, and it wasn't some premeditated thing, he might not have gotten murder one, my friends. And that is why, in my estimation, they went easy on a Drastia, because they wanted to put this convicted pedophile who just brutally murdered his disabled fiancée away for life or death. But that comes later. We'll get to that. Just keep in mind for now, as not to spoil anything, that Mary absolutely did not tell the police that she was kidnapped at knife point and dragged against her will to the McBride home. This is a lie she made up for her book. She willingly got in that car after they finished a weekend of fucking and bitched the whole time he had still not left Roberta. And even if she misrepresented it to the police on accident, it still doesn't make sense. Why are you arguing with the guy you just dumped about leaving his fiancée?
Yeah,
job is done. You wanted him gone.
At no point in any of these court documents does it state fucking that Adrastia told anybody that she was held in captivity.
No.
Like for a period of time.
Absolutely not.
The only thing it states is that her life was threatened if she told anybody.
He said, if you tell anyone, I'll fucking kill you. And she sat around that house for 5 weeks and sucked that motherfucker's dick willingly until she thought she was going to get caught and she ran away. Until it just ate up at her neurotic mind that she could end up in prison the rest of her life.
Real quick, Aunt Kathy's in chat. Hey, Aunt Kathy, quick question. Wasn't Mima in the hospital? Sorry, Grandma, I apologize. We've been reading this shit. Wasn't Grandma in the hospital at the time that, like, on her birthday or some shit? Wasn't she, like, I seem to remember that. Where she was.
I also want to ask another question, too, on top of that. Not to Aunt Kathy, but, like, what's the problem with her wanting to get rid of potatoes or not be around potatoes? Because she avoided Bubba and moved to Granny's, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think I can explain that for you too, JJ. You see, the court documents state that Mary said that she wanted to move in with McBride because she didn't get along with her grandmother. And this was her only option. I'm going to be homeless. We've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's happened.
That was her only option because, quote, Mima, who she loves above everybody else and who's above reproach, when she went to the cops, she told the story was, well, I don't get along with my grandma. So I told that's why I moved in with Kenneth. The night she says in her book that she went over there and he offered her a job and Miss Great Work Ethic was like, well, a job's a job. No, she went over there and told Kenneth she had nowhere to fucking stay.
Yeah, and it was her idea to fucking, not his, to tell Roberta that she was her new caretaker.
Yeah, that was on her.
Yeah, that was...
On February 25th, 2009, the suspect removed all personal items pertaining to the victim and delivered them in black garbage bags to the Salvation Army to drop off, including one standard hospital wheelchair and portable handicap toilet chair. The witness was not allowed alone. We have all that shit. The witness was able to sneak out of the residence and walk to the kangaroo food court. Yeah, we know about that. That part was accurate. And also, just an interesting little note for later, in the defense's evidence list is a pawn ticket. Now, an evidence list doesn't tell you the details. It just says pawn ticket. Why would the defense be entering a pawn ticket into evidence? To prove he pawned Roberta's shit and he's a real bad guy? Or to prove Mary walked in that fucking pawn shop? Mary alone, who was supposedly confined and raped and tied to a bed, somehow found time to get up and sell Roberta's fucking TV.
Ooh.
And sign her own goddamn name to the pawn ticket.
Dumb bitch. I'm highlighting.
Funny, that part didn't come up. I can see why she just went, well, I went to sleep and I woke up and I was being raped. Like, yeah, because you went to a pawn shop and sold this bitch's shit. You had an opportunity to go to a Salvation Army and get away. You went to a Walmart with camera surveillance and security people and had an opportunity to get away. Then you sat around for days while there's a fucking decaying body on a porch and in a hole in the backyard.
Oh, I think it's very important.
She thought she'd never stop. She screamed so loud. She thought she'd never stop screaming and all that. That's funny.
I'm going to pull it up.
I would like to send you.
Do you got the link?
Go ahead and just read that part. And I'm going to send you in your DM a video for you to play for the audience. And then I'm going to send you a couple of other things that will blow this right out of the water. So as soon as she got her voice back a couple days later, right? She claimed, if you want to read that part out of her book, she claimed that she screamed until she went hoarse, huh? Yeah. Here's an example I just sent you in your DMs, Virgy, of Mary screaming her ass off. And also I'm going to send you an aerial view of where the murder took place.
I was going to pull up the maps.
AP, that's like one of like 500 fucking possible videos. You have to be more specific.
How do you know? It's a good one. It's a good example, though. It's a good example.
Okay, here we go. It took a few days for me to regain my voice, but when I did, I thought I would never stop screaming. Crying and twisting desperately to free my arm, I screamed till my throat burned, knowing there would be no one to hear me that far out.
Oh, no one can hear you that far out, huh?
But she was...
That's interesting.
She was
Virgy, will you check your DMs, please? I have something for the people.
But, hey, she was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, totally. There were no other houses around, no roads, out in the middle of nowhere, screaming her ass off.
And
please,
she was... And she was...
That example.
Yeah, and she was screaming this loud.
I'll be fine, that I'm just fucking being paranoid. I'll be fine. How do you know I'm going to be fine when they are posting my address on 4chan? How do you know I'm going to be fine? How do you know I'm going to be fine when these people are posting it on 4chan?
And that's not even her being tied to a bed by a murderer. She's fucking with her on the internet.
And shared it by now. How do you know I'm going to be fine?
I can read her lips now. I've seen this so many times.
How do you know?
I was just thinking that I'm fucking lighting a dab, and I was like, I don't
even need Virgy to turn the video on.
No,
so that's interesting. That woman that we just saw was screaming for until she lost her voice. She didn't lose her voice from that screaming. Well, Virgy, that's interesting. She would say they were so far out no neighbors could possibly hear it because I've sent you a couple of aerial shots of where the murder took place.
I've seen those.
By the way,
pop those up. What up, Mersh?
Hi, boys.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Wasn't that like Middleburg, Florida? So I don't know how up to date your shots are going to be because that's one of those towns that the Google vehicle probably only drove through one time.
Oh, but you know
we're out of here.
That's totally cool, man.
Look, I think it's better to just I have to look it up on Google Maps.
I thought I'm actually it's in your DMs. I actually thought of that, and that's why I sent a picture from the article that shows that the other houses were closed and there at the time.
That's listen
on Google Maps.
I was just kidding, by the way, because I don't know if you know this though, but some of the people travel from all over the world to check out some of the amazing retail shops on Alligator Boulevard. It's basically our Rodeo Drive here in Florida.
I'm sure it's blown up since then.
I mean,
So yeah, that lady was screaming, and she was held captive in a truck in the front of this home, but she couldn't get to the neighbor who was a girl baseball throw away. They couldn't hear screaming for days.
look,
Which neighbor? The one across the street or next to him? Like, come
Look.
on, there's like 4 of them.
this
Yeah,
is
either of
this
the
is
4
my
neighbors.
favorite part. Look, you can zoom on Google Maps. You measure distance. You go from here. Just click on it. Look,
Yeah,
go.
let's measure the distance to the
We
neighbor.
go there. Less than 90 feet. 27 meters from their back porch to the back porch. Oops.
That's a lazy bitch.
Look.
So Mary, hey Elizabeth Smart, the sequel. You were 90 feet away from freedom the whole goddamn time, screaming your head off, and nobody heard it. I understand maybe these neighbors mind their own business. It's Florida, and you were able to put a decaying corpse on the porch for a day. That speaks to your credit. But to think you could be screaming, "Help! This man is raping and murdering me" for days straight until you lost your voice, and with an example of you not losing your voice, is a ridiculous fucking statement.
Dude, the furthest house from the house she was at to the furthest house away is 112 meters. It's
My neighbors can hear me outside when I do my show, and I have the same type of trailer parts built house. Anyone who saw me on Daywave this morning saw the grooves in my wall from the panels. You know I'm in a house that's built with trailer parts. I know all about this shit. You gotta fuck quiet up in here. At least
I give a fuck what the neighbors think. That's what I did.
that is
well,
not
if you
true.
Like kids come home from school, man.
Just goes, that is not
true.
true.
That is not true. You have more options than that because you can either fuck really quiet or go all out and just fuck extra loud.
Yeah. there's
Extra
2 ways.
loud late at night, but during the day, little afternoon thing, man. The children trying to walk home from the school, man. I can't be having them
Their
hear
problem.
that shit.
Yeah.
You're a
Keep
bastard,
walking,
Jake.
No, I was agreeing with AP for the record, not JJ.
Dude, they're high school kids. They're probably doing more fucking than you are.
Yeah.
If they're high school if they're middle school or high school kids these days, I buy that.
If
I
they're
did
middle
13
school
years.
kids, they're probably doing more fucking than
Middle
all
school
of us.
kids walk by me fucking in here and go, "That nigga got no game."
I did 13 years in a trailer park. I know all about it.
He moans
They're
like
yelling
a
at
girl.
you through an open window through the screen going, "Hey, homie, take me in."
It's almost Jeff Bader. It's almost like she wasn't screaming at all.
And that is a double wide. So I mean, those fucking walls are thin as fuck. There's no way they didn't hear it.
Yeah.
There's
Listen, I
absolutely
know-
no way she was screaming till she lost her fucking voice.
Here's what I never understood. Why do you bury her right outside your back door? Why don't you're in fucking Florida? Just put her in
Convenience.
the back of, no, convenience. Like, just put her in the back of the car, take her to a gator spot. Like,
McBride had to drag her through the home on a fucking comforter because he couldn't pick this fat fucking
all right,
bitch up.
all right. So
Yeah.
she was big. All right.
And
So I didn't know that.
and the land was not as much land as Adrastia claims, so they didn't have a bunch of places to be. He didn't want to go near the neighbor's house and go bury her.
They
They
had a
might
truck,
smell it.
right? They had a truck, right?
Yeah, they did. As a matter of fact, it's
Throw him in the back of
it's
the truck
dumb
and
as
drive
fuck.
him to Gator Park.
But then he's got to drag the body out front.
You know, you guys are all
Okay.
sitting here disavowing her for being a murderer, and that's fine. You know, like that's whatever. But could we talk about the worst thing she did, which is to refuse my gift? Because
That is this is revenge for that.
You
person.
fucking asshole.
I never really was interested in getting her in trouble, but now, I'm with you guys. Ruin her life.
It's actually why we're doing this.
Yeah, that's
So I
the
have this
whole
list of
motivation.
inconsistencies for my video. We got the shovel. The breakup never happened. Kenneth never threatened her to get in the truck. The Salvation Army trip was nowhere in the book and contradicted by the book. The supposed screaming until she went mute is proven to be a lie now. The Kenneth buried Roberta all in one night and I had nothing to do with it story. It actually took 3 days to bury her. We got to that. The supposed 5 weeks of dungeon rape and confinement that appears nowhere in the police report or warrant. Let's address that because Adrastia says that she just didn't want to press charges on that because she just wanted it all over, right? We're not even getting to why she got off yet. That's the good part. We're just kind of clearing up some inconsistencies in the story up and until then.
Yes.
Take a breath.
I forgot what the fuck I was saying because I'm high, dude. Help me.
Yeah, I am too. It's a CBDX, bro.
Yeah, help me.
Yeah.
Dude. What was I talking about?
You were at bullet point something. I don't know how far down the page, but it sounded like 6 or 7.
5 weeks of dungeon rape never shows anywhere.
Yeah, we were past
okay,
that.
first of all, Mary, Your excuse for that is you just didn't charge him because you wanted it to go away. Here's the deal. I have the initial police report and I have the initial warrant report. And while I could see, it's probably not likely the way you're telling it, but while I could see in certain cases them dropping a smaller charge to nail someone to murder one, if they really wanted him, a cop is not at liberty to just not write down that you were confined in a dungeon for 5 weeks and brutally fucking beaten and raped.
No,
in
a district
the police
attorney
report.
would have to like make a deal with you.
Yeah. The cop who takes the report has to write. It's not at his liberty to just not write that little detail down. You stupid bitch.
And also, you know, I brought this up on Nightwave, but like when it comes to like this is one of the reasons I said that like they wanted to get Kenneth is because, you know, if you're a DA and you're running for re-election, like perp walking a registered sex offender on Murder One just looks great for the fucking papers and shit.
Oh, and I've got some details about that. This DA
But no, my point being that so then why wouldn't this DA also not want to bury this son of a bitch under the jail by being like, not only did he kill some fucking crippled lady, but he also had this other woman prisoner.
Yeah,
Like,
but
It's a load of fucking horse shit.
Story when she was in court. That
That's
was
like
never
death
part of the
penalty
story.
shit. Yeah.
Dude, a district attorney would have a fucking hard on as hard as a diamond if you were already nailing this guy on Murder One, and then you're like, oh, and did I tell you about the dungeon under the house?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it gets better. This DA is the one that went after fucking Trayvon, the one that came out and started talking shit about Trayvon and taking Zimmerman's back. She was put on as an honorary DA for that case. This DA was up for re-election, and this DA, even though she was not involved in the ending of this case, she did. They made motions to get this judge pulled off the fucking bench because he denied the jury's request for the death penalty with McBride. It became. I've got multiple articles about that as well. That was a kind of big deal. It's in my Discord though. I don't think we need to get into that. It's just an interesting note. You were right about that though. It was a DA up for re-election, doing all kinds of public shit to make herself look like Florida's conservative DA. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tough on crime. This fucking ugly bitch too. And yeah, there's no reason. There's absolutely no reason they would not. The state, and anyway, the state would charge him. Adrastia would have nothing to do with it when it comes to 5 weeks of fucking kidnapping and felony 1 kidnapping and rape. The state would charge you. It would be the state of Florida versus Kenneth McBride, not Mary Barone versus Kenneth McBride.
Honest Paul is lying to you. I was kept in a rape dungeon.
I was in a rape dungeon.
I just
I didn't want to be there.
I just wanted it to go away.
One thing I do want to add about the judge real quick before we move too far past that
go right ahead.
is that fuck it, his excuse, and it's even in the court documents, well, not really excuse, his reasoning for not giving Kenneth the death penalty
this is good too.
is that he straight up says
You're gonna get shanked, nigga.
he literally says like you're going to get murdered anyways.
Yeah. He said, I think it's better to put you in jail and have you die of homicide or suicide than give you the chair.
Yeah, that's
Straight up.
literally what he's.
Alright.
So it actually was kind of more brutal and a little bit based. He was like, oh.
McBride, late in the case, as we're gonna find out, spoiler for later, he starts playing ball 2 years into the fucking case, and that's when the for those of you who watched Daywave this morning, that's when the motion for the motion for principle was signed, where McBride said, you know what?
I can pull that up.
This bitch did wrong. Go ahead and charge me with it because she's so fucking dumb that she will do whatever somebody tells her to do. And they did a psych evaluation on Adrastia, found out, wow, that's probably true. And the state was like, okay, we want you on Murder 1, not Murder 2. Because he was trying to get Murder 2. And the state wanted Murder 1 to fucking give this guy death. Murder 2 is non-premeditated. It means that bitch nagged him the whole way home.
Also, what a crackhead move, right? Like to fucking literally take the wheelchair and hawk it. Like that's like the worst piece of evidence. Like if they ever come around and go, "Did you murder a woman in a wheelchair?" And you're like, "No."
Well, that's why the motion for principle was required late in the game because
stole the wheelchair 2 days later. Yeah, that's a coincidence, man. And
You know,
you don't have no probable cause.
I got
for 2 years, McBride said this bitch was in on it. This bitch was definitely involved in pushing me to do this shit. She was involved in hiding the body. 2 years in, when Murder 2 is pretty much off the table anyway, he starts trying to. Then he comes with the confession. Then he comes out, and you can look at the dates on the documents. It's 2 years later when he's like, okay, I admit, I talked this bitch into it, and I know she's mentally incompetent. So you can go ahead and I'm going to file a motion for principal, which means that in certain circumstances, if you tell someone to do a crime and they do it, the court can choose if it is their wish to just make that your fucking crime. And that's what they did. They knew she committed this fucking crime. They knew what she did. They wanted murder one, and this guy was willing to hand them murder one because he wanted. At this point, they were going to give him death, and he was vying for the life sentence.
I actually got a theory on why the judge might have shot down the fucking death sentence. Now that you fucking. It just came to me.
Because he was wheeling and dealing. He
No.
was like, okay, I'm going to give you a confession, and I'm going to give you a fucking and a motion for principle.
Part of
and
it,
they're like,
you think,
okay, we'll give you life instead of death because you're playing ball.
well, I mean, the judge did that out of, like, and the prosecution wasn't keen on it. You know what I mean? They were going for the death penalty, and fucking the prosecution, and nor was the DA's office very fucking happy with the judge, obviously. You think maybe the judge gave him like the highest penalty for murder too because you know
he was charged with murder one.
No, I know what you're saying.
Premeditated murder. And the only reason that they got him dead to rights on that is because of that motion.
I mean, isn't fucking murder 2 in Florida like life too?
I don't know. I know that. Okay, here's the difference between murder 1 and murder 2.
Well, I know what the differences are. What I'm saying is that if you really look at the case,
murder 2 gets you out of the death penalty.
If you really look at the case and step back and fucking, realize that fucking Mary's actual involvement, it was more like murder 2. At least in my opinion.
Well, yeah, the truth is it was probably murder 2.
So I'm saying is like there was a lot of shady shit with the fucking trial. Like, I mean, for instance, the hard drive being caught on fire, which we'll get to. But my point is, you think maybe the judge seen all the shady shit and said, no, I'm not giving this guy the death penalty because he's not guilty of murder 1, it's murder 2.
I don't know, but that hard drive is shady, dude.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying it's a good theory.
No, you're right. It is a good theory. We'll probably never know, but the hard drive thing
we'll never
freaks
know.
Me out because McBride says the evidence is on that hard drive that will exonerate.
What is the name of the fucking motion to compel discovery laptop? I got it right here. I got it pulled up.
Laptop on it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Where I'll just skip to the fucking part. All right, so we can fly through this. You want to read it? You want me to? You're smoking a bowl.
Read it, man.
The defendant, Kenneth McBride, by and through the undersigned counsel, moves this honorable court for an order directing the state to turn over the defense counsel the computer obtained by Clay County Sheriff's Office in the possession of and owned by Mary Barone. The basis for said motion is as follows. 1. Defendant is charged with first-degree murder. 2. Allegedly the defendant, Mary Barone, and Roberta Laws were roommates.
Yeah.
The defendant had a relationship with both. Mary, redacted, I guess, is the key witness for the state, and this is before the psych eval. Is the key witness for the state, and was
this is back in 2009. No, excuse me. This is 2010 8/18. She didn't get her psych eval until. Had she already gotten her psych eval? Hold on a second.
I think it was in the process, but it wasn't completed.
February 7th is when they filed the motion for an order directing state witness to undergo a psych evaluation. The motion to compel laptop was only 10 days later, so it's possible that didn't come back.
Yeah, no, it wasn't done yet.
This same day, they also made a motion for another motion for discovery. That was aside from the laptop. So yeah, I think they probably got the case reset and came back on the 17th. That's why I've got so many papers for that day.
Right. Mary is the key witness, blah, 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 blah. Informed law enforcement Kenneth McBride was the one responsible for Roberta redacted deaths. For some reason, Mary redacted was never charged with the killing of Roberta. Early on in the representation of the defendant, it became apparent that the hard drive of Mary redacted contained critical and probable exculpatory messages. Yeah, and probably exculpatory. And
keep in mind, the state wants murder 1. This is where it gets kind of weird. Either weird or super fucking lucky.
Yeah, no, it's not super lucky. It's very fucking weird.
I don't usually believe in super lucky. Read number 5.
Yeah, early on, defense counsel hand-delivered a motion to the prosecutor, Steve Nelson, seeking the contents of Mary's hard drive. The prosecution on numerous occasions assured counsel that the requested data would be forthcoming. Months went by, and the requested discovery was never provided.
Okay, so this was all definitely before. This is a report looking back. So this definitely happened before the psyche, though. Back when she was a star witness. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is, once we get to like 7, 8, now we're looking forward, or looking at current events. During the deposition of Clay County Sheriff's Officer Sergeant Joey Jett, one of the lead investigators in the above-styled case revealed that over 6 months prior, a deputy R.G. Monson, my brain was fucking up, Monson was attempting to remove the hard drive from Mary's computer. When he did break something which caused the computer to catch on fire and smolder. Monson
Wait, you take a machete to the battery?
Yeah, Monson declared the computer a total loss, and the sheriff's office paid to Mary funds necessary for the purchase of a new computer.
So while in the process of removing a hard drive from a laptop,
it caught on fire.
According to the police department, who wanted murder one.
Yes.
And apparently on the laptop is the evidence that would have toned it down to murder two and put Mary in jail as well. Somehow the laptop just burst into flames like Heisenberg just parked outside with a fucking truck, dude. I don't see Mary having those having like a Heisenberg, Mike, and Jesse plan to go and fuck up the evidence room, dude. I just don't see that.
Dude. Look, this is all you have to ask yourself. Has Mary ever been that lucky in her whole fucking life?
In addition, ask yourself, have you ever set a laptop on fire changing a fucking a hard drive?
No. I've never heard of that happening ever until I read that document.
That can happen.
No, it can't. It actually can't.
Destroy a few hard drives in my time, and they're not that fucking easy to destroy.
They don't catch fire. They're made of fucking metal. It's not like your fucking hard drive is made of wood.
Well, you know, oops, we suddenly don't have this evidence that would have probably gotten this guy out of a lot of trouble.
Mary had a fucking eco hard drive made of fucking bamboo.
I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the straight poop. I don't know.
What do we even need the hard drive for, though? Because if they're emails, like, wouldn't there be a server with them on there?
I don't. And you know, Mary, dude, she's always trying to write books and shit like that, dude. There was something, according to them, on that hard drive that would exonerate him. And even number 11, the data contained on Mary Barone's computer is critical for the defense of Kenneth McBride. Said data will reveal exculpatory evidence which could exonerate the defendant rather than implicate the defendant or reduce his culpability.
Yeah, they're saying this would literally get him off of these charges.
Well, it'd probably dial it down to murder too. Because, but if he
shoot for the fucking moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can tell you this: his public defender, with all the motions that were filed, like, did his job on this case. Like, he was very thorough in his defense of McBride.
All right.
He must have fucking hated that DA.
So the laptop just disappeared. Oh, we're sorry, it caught on fire.
Yeah, sorry. It took us like 8 months to fucking tell you that 3 months ago it caught on fire.
About it, so eventually we had to set it on fire. Mersh, you hearing this shit? You still here? Oh, he's on mute.
He's probably fucking playing with his cat.
I literally was about to say the same thing.
No. I'm here. I'm actually listening, but I'm cleaning my studio right now. And I didn't think you guys wanted to listen to a fucking dustbuster going off next to me.
No, we don't. You were right to do what you did.
Yeah, this is enthralling, and I love it, but I was just I'm cleaning. I'm around.
Very professional of you.
This is the part that
the reason it took me an extra second is because he's like, Mersh, you there? And I actually unplugged my mixing board to like get in there and really get all the stuff. And then I was like, hang on, I'm here.
Happens the best of us. You turn your head and yank your fucking cord out.
But yeah, what? Like every once in a while, computers spontaneously combust with it.
Yeah, dude, it's just like fat people next to fireplaces.
I don't know. Yeah.
So every once in a while,
stay away from them. They're dangerous.
Yeah, man, it's not a good idea. Dead air.
So the laptop, very, very interesting evidence. Also, I have this. Let's see, what is this? I have a second supplemental response to demand for discovery. Excuse me, from 8/27/2010, where letter K, defendant's letters to Mary Barone's surveillance video and records of Walmart, bank records, including ATM still photos from ViStar, Clay County judgment and sentences. Well, I'm looking for the one where they say that McBride owned the home. All the money was McBride's.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing to gain from this murder, and nobody did except for Mary Barone.
Yeah, there's talk of fingers and triggers too.
Yeah. So where do you want to go next, man? Because this keeps going.
Hey, man, wherever you want. I'm pretty high at the moment.
All right, I'll look through a couple things here. Stipulation that he was a sex offender and not to consider that. They tried to quash that. That's probably a good move by their lawyer.
Yeah.
State objection to ruling. Let's see.
How's chat doing? How are you guys?
I don't know. You got like 116 people here.
Yeah, I know.
Chat. This is enthralling to me.
Well, 40 of them are here for you and JJ. Let's be honest, because like I pull like 80.
Yes. The amended jury instructions.
Hey.
A judge has to give a jury instructions before a jury deliberates, right? And the defense can ask for separate instructions for the jury. I just remembered that's in here. Let me find it real quick. Defense evidence list.
I know what you're talking about.
Stipulation. Motion, death motion to preclude presentation of cold calculated, and there we go. Filed in the Circuit Court, 4th Judicial Court, and in Clay County, Florida. Case number 10, 2009, CF 610-AXXX, State of Florida versus Kenneth Ray McBride. Defendant's motion to preclude the presentation of cold calculated, premeditated, and pecuniary gain aggravators. What that means is they're telling the state, this motherfucker had no reason monetarily to murder this bitch. Let me read. That's what pecuniary means. Now, cold calculated and premeditated, part 1. Mr. McBride found himself in the position of being involved in a love triangle, if you will. He had a partner with whom he had lived for the better part of 10 years and had a new woman in his life. The victim in this case relied heavily on Mr. McBride due to her infirmities, and after 10 years in this situation, he sought companionship outside the relationship. Based on the state's own admissions, Mary Barone had a significant number of mental health issues, and as evident by the numerous emails presented during her testimony, Miss Barone began pushing Mr. McBride to, and in quotes, get rid of Miss Laws.
Dispose of.
Yeah, just make her disappear. Miss Barone was desperate for a place to live since, by her own admissions, she did not get along with her grandmother, and that was her only alternative.
What's the name of that document?
That is from 2011-216. Motion to preclude the presentation of cold calculated and pecuniary gain.
I got it.
Got it.
Yep.
You can put that on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so this whole thing where Kenneth kidnapped her, bullshit. She claimed that I don't get along with my grandma and I don't have a place to live. She admitted pressuring Mr. McBride to let her move into the residence even while Miss Laws was living there. Real fucking good person here, Mary. This was done under the guise that she would help care for Miss Laws' needs. On the day of the homicide, Mr. McBride and Miss Barone were returning from a weekend away. Not a dinner with Meemaw, a weekend away where they just abandoned this tard to go fuck.
Also, can I just point out real quick, not to cut you off, but how pathetic is it that you have to like do an affidavit where you're like, yeah, I'm a full-grown adult who has nowhere to live because I can't get along with my gam. have you tried, I don't know, being a fucking adult?
Yeah, that's one reason like her testimonies were ridiculous. When you get into her psyche though, she's bragging to the sheriff, just like she brags on YouTube.
Yeah, that she's schizoaffective.
About how fucked up she is from the very beginning.
She thinks it makes her like interesting, or fucking like pity worthy.
She knows it'll get her out of shit. If she's not responsible, she's too crazy. Miss Barone,
illness, bitch. Have you ever heard of it?
Miss Barone repeatedly threatened to end the relationship with Mr. McBride if he didn't get rid, in quotation. Well, I think that part wasn't.
Imagine committing murder so you can keep fucking a Drazdia.
He deserves to
no,
be.
All right, hold on.
I won't even like drive all the way to a certain amount of like length to get laid at this point in my life. And this guy was willing to murder to keep fucking a dress? Dude,
No,
Jesus.
hold
You
on.
need a big
Hold on.
Asian chick, dude. I'll fly to Canada for that.
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. If it's somebody like, if it's something niche, like, because Asian bitches don't like me. So if it was like an Asian or like a Hawaiian bitch, I wanted to
call
fuck.
them
All right.
bitches when you meet them, Mersh. Are you like, hey, what's wrong with you bitches?
What's wrong with you Asian bitches?
What's wrong with that?
You
Nothing.
fucking,
I think they're oversensitive.
you know,
What, Virgy?
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's all about
Goofy
context.
gooks.
You can't just be like, you fucking bitches, but if you run into a chick that you kind of know or whatever, you haven't seen in a while, and you're like, oh, yo, come here, bitch, and you want to like get a hug, like shit like that, you get away with.
Fair enough. Based on the testimony of both Miss Barone and Mr. McBride, and I'll say that again, based on the testimony of both Miss Barone and Mr. McBride, they returned to the residence and Mr. McBride went inside, leaving Miss Barone in the truck. A short time later, Mr. McBride returned to the vehicle and told Miss Barone he had done it. That's consistent with both their stories. While the testimony as to the events that followed differs somewhat between Miss Barone and Mr. McBride, it is evident that together they took the steps to conceal the death of Miss Laws.
I'm
as
highlighting
evidence-
what you're saying, like the good parts.
Please do.
Yeah.
As evidenced by the testimony, Miss Laws was buried in the backyard. We know about that. At the time Mr. McBride entered his guilty plea, he indicated to the court that this was something that he'd been thinking about for a couple of weeks. Examined closely, there is nothing in his testimony that would suggest he was actually planning to kill Miss Laws during that time. The killing happened after a heated argument with his girlfriend, and was unsophisticated at best. And then they're citing they're just doing case citations here.
Yeah.
These last few ones. So, to establish that the murder was committed for pecuniary gain, the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the murder was motivated, at least in part, for the purpose of financial gain, Williams citing Depravine. While the state presented evidence that Mr. McBride used the ATM card belonging to Miss Laws after her death, there was no evidence presented to suggest that financial gain was a motive for the killing. He had nothing to gain by killing this bitch. Adrastia had all the shit to gain. He owned the house. He had all the fucking money. He had the fucking tard who he could go fuck side pieces all day. There was no testimony heard to suggest that Mr. McBride gained access to the account of Roberta Laws only after her death. So he had access to it.
Yeah, he could have just used that bitch's money whenever he wanted.
This is a couple who lived together for 10 years, and there's nothing to suggest that he did not have access to that account prior to death. The state has failed to prove the aggravator beyond a reasonable doubt. Wherefore, defendant praise the court. Okay, yeah, they're just being like, hey, court.
Please, God.
Yeah, please, God, don't kill me.
Dude, could you imagine being him in jail when your lawyer calls you to tell you that the fucking laptop spontaneously combusted?
Oh my fucking
You
God.
can hear him laughing in different cell blocks.
Oh, that sinking feeling of like, no.
But what if in jail or in prison he went to some fucking black voodoo man to do some kind of spell and the laptop catches on fire and now that he owes that nigga like for life. He's that nigga's bitch now, dude. Like,
Also, he says
I did that, man. I did that with my magic blood.
person to flames, right? But how does that mean that the hard drive was a total loss? Did they even try to hook it up to another? Like, oh, God,
No,
Funny
actually,
you say that. There was a request that was denied for it to go to a specialist to get recovered, and the court was just like, no.
Yeah, hold on.
Like, no, go fuck yourself.
Oh my God, dude.
Defense counsel wants the court to issue the order directing the Clay County sheriffs to release to representatives of the public defender's office the computer in question and allow qualified computer technicians the time to work on retrieving the data from the computer hard drive. The data contained on Mary's computer is critical for the defense of Kenneth McBride. Said data will reveal. Oh, hold on. Defense counsel, upon hearing of the computer being destroyed, was discussing the incompetence of the technician who attempted to. They snuck in a little shot at the officer who caught the.
He didn't lose his job. He did exactly what his boss told him.
Yeah, discussing the incompetence of the technician who attempted to remove the hard drive with blah blah blah, who is trained and works for the public defender's office. The technician believes that the hard drive might not have been destroyed and the data may still be salvageable. And it absolutely
Too bad they denied the motion.
Yeah,
Dude,
too bad.
Dude, if this guy wasn't a child groper, I would be outraged right now.
Yeah, the only reason that we're not actively trying to get this guy out of jail for this shit and get Mary put in jail for this shit with him or whatever is because he's a child molester. Let that chomo right under the jail.
Yeah, no, I just want everybody to know that she's guilty too. Yeah, fucking, I don't want to do
And
anything.
It's worth saying a bunch of times, Kenneth McBride is a fucking monster. We are not presenting this evidence to exonerate Kenneth McBride.
No.
He deserves to be where he is. He deserves to be in hell. They should have fucking killed him. I'm with the fucking jury on that one.
No, at the end of the day, life in prison is exactly what he deserved for what he did.
He's still alive. I checked on it the other day, man. They ain't shanked him yet.
Oh yeah, I fucking.
He's probably
I just
protected.
looked him up now.
He's in like the highest level security.
He went in for murder. He didn't go in for the skin beef. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
went
they
in-
can
he
look,
went in
they
for
look
murder.
his shit up, man, and they have access to the same shit we do. The first time they even catch a whiff that he is what he is, they'll take care of it. So
I
he's
think
protected.
maybe he's a psycho. Maybe the AB or somebody fucking might have taken him in and been like, all right, man, we're gonna rape you a bunch over that 20-year-old child diddling thing, but you are here on murder one, so we can use you.
Yeah.
I could see the AB taking him in.
Real quick, Arizona T tips 3 and said, "Hey guys, did you know that morticians can't cremate the morbidly obese because the fat goes up so fast? They have to turn them into human soap with a special acid-filled people pressure cooker. Remember that next time you need to insult a fatty." That's fucked up. I know.
I did know that. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty rough. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it.
So, Virgy, we're getting kind of deep in the trial now, and I think that we've got we put a lot of things out there. Can you please pull up the file named 2011-210 miscellaneous death proposed jury instruction principle?
Virgy, I love how AP is basically now just sounds like a district attorney. I'd like to direct the jury to exhibit C2.
I'm 100% here to fucking
Oop,
condemn this.
cancel.
bitch.
Hold on.
You guys ready for the smoking gun?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up things so that I can highlight them while you're like, if you throw some inflection on it, you put some funk on it, I'm highlighting it. Just,
All right.
just so you know.
I'll put the stank on it then.
Yeah, put the stank on it. There you go.
And here is why Mary Barone did not go to jail. Because 2 years into the trial, when it was getting very obvious this motherfucker is going to get the death penalty for fucking around and trying to like put this on other people and this and that, he started to play ball. They got a confession out of him. And this is the defendant's proposed jury instructions principles. Defendant Kenneth McBride, and by and through the undersigned attorney, the public defender for the 4th Judicial Circuit Court of Florida proposes the following jury instruction be provided. If the defendant helped another person or persons to commit a crime, the defendant is a principal and must be treated as if he or she had done all the things the other persons or person did. If the defendant, the defendant had a conscious intent that the criminal act be done, which I think we know that's true. He killed her. The defendant did some act or said some word which was intended to and which did incite, cause, encourage, assist, or advise the other person or persons to actually commit the crime. To be a principal, the defendant doesn't actually have to be there. That's so if I know that Virgie's retarded, right? Which she's not in real life, but let's pretend you're an actual retard.
You
And
don't. Wait, you
I'm
guys
like,
think
hey,
that's a
Virgie.
bit?
I'm like, hey, Virgie, go murder that bitch. And you go murder that bitch. Under certain circumstances, a motion for principle can be entered. And if I want to take the fall for that, I can enter that motion of principle. And if the court finds that you are mentally fucking incompetent or retarded or whatever, they will charge me with that murder. And you will go free. That's what a motion for principle is. It's right there in black and
Cool.
white. Why would you have why would the defense enter a motion for principle to say that Kenneth McBride is to be treated as if he had done all the things the other person did, if the other person didn't do anything?
Yeah, and was
The
only
reason she's not a
charged with
fucking
murder.
accomplice
Yeah,
is because a ped took the fucking fall for you. And this is probably the difference between a life sentence and the death sentence for him. This is probably, this paper is why the judge was like, give him life. Because he started to play ball at the end. He started to do the, I'm gonna just confess. I'm gonna be noble. I'm gonna tell you that, oh, this poor mentally ill woman, you know she's mentally ill. I did all this. But he wasn't doing that to be noble and admit the crime. He was doing that to hopefully reduce his sentence.
You know what I haven't done around here in a long time, AP, for Mary shit?
What?
I haven't done question time. You want to do question time real quick?
Question time. All right.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. I got to pull up the right music. No, I need like a 10-hour loop. Where's like the 10 there you go. All right.
And funny, once this came out, you know, Mary's been posting 10 videos a day for the last 2 weeks, and once this came out, just
Dead
like Tonka
silence.
saw with her, just like Tonka saw with his 4 kids. Oh, suddenly we don't hear from this nigga no more.
All right. Question time. So, why would a man of Kenneth McBride's stature need to, you know, use a ligature to strangle a tard?
That is a good question.
Wouldn't it make more sense for him as a male in statistically speaking here? Wouldn't it be more likely for him to use his bare hands?
You think he looked at her riding home and was like, "Bitch, why don't you do it?"
I actually haven't.
That's a
answered
good
that.
question.
I gotta find the right paper. Somebody else asked that important question.
What? I got another one. Why would any non-faggot male put a teddy bear on his fresh tard kill? These are just questions.
Do you think Adrasdia's pussy was better than Roberta Laws's pussy?
I
I
think
don't know. They both probably sound like happy-ass retards.
no. I think she just did anal.
I mean, I think when you're willing to fucking, you know, molest 12-year-olds, I'm pretty sure you're kind of in any port in a storm.
Oh
sort of
no,
guy.
you know.
All right, fair enough.
Hey, you got it.
No, actually, you want to know what it is, Mersh? You want to know what it is? Does anybody have that picture? You know what picture I'm talking about?
The floppy one?
No, not her titties
the
one.
teddy bear picture? Yeah, hold on.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, if you show her tits, I'm gone.
No, I'm not showing her tits.
I do have.
I will leave a cutout in the fucking wall in the shape of my body, like I was a cartoon, like AP.
It's not as easy as you think. It takes
Like
practice.
Eddie Valance in fucking Toon World.
Fuck, where is it? Did I lose? I hope I didn't lose it.
No, you know why? Because she was willing to dress up as a little girl for him. No fucking lie.
Yeah, no, that's not inaccurate at all. And her Facebook tells that story.
No.
The other one was a potato too.
He
He could have put fucking bow ties on a potato too.
No,
My
but
question
no,
is,
look,
did
she
he
had
tie her to the bed and strangle her, or did he come up behind her with a fucking cord? Because both stories are told.
Oh, Mary did it. Mary did it.
Right. All right.
Sorry.
Let's say that Mary was willing to dress up like a little girl for him or whatever. Fine.
She
whatever.
was.
But the other one was like a cripple, right? So I mean, she doesn't have a choice on what you dress her up as. Yeah. So I mean, really, technically.
Well, she was.
Yeah,
she's a cripple. She's not a retard like Mary.
Myself and shit for myself type of cripple. She can wipe her own ass.
But if I put a fucking bow on you and dress you up like fucking Shirley Temple, are you really gonna put up a fight? I mean,
well, no, dude, because
of course. So why does he have to, you know?
Here, just wear this, babe. Do it for Daddy Jim.
You know, just saying, Roberta Laws in like an anime cosplay. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, that should happen. But I just want to point out that what you have on the screen right now is the nail and the Adrastia. Why am I not in jail? If I did something, why am I not in jail?
Yeah,
this is why. You absolutely did something. You helped hide that body. You were found fucking legally culpable in that shit. The only reason you're not is because this motherfucker took a fall for you. And there it is in black and white.
So,
A motion that was accepted, by the way.
Did they have a no contact thing?
No.
Not that I know of.
They didn't have a no.
So, was she like contacting him in the 2 years to pester him to take the fall?
There's no record of that I have, but according to her, it's the opposite. He would call from jail, and the cops would monitor the calls, supposedly.
Okay. I mean, they do that with everybody, but you know.
I mean, yeah, all the calls coming out of jail are recorded, so. I find it hard to believe that a guy who was currently trying to like get off would do that. Especially if you're trying to get off on your back. He's going to call
it.
Either that or they had a lawyer walk up to him and say, look, bud, you're going to play ball or we're going to fucking just throw you in the fucking tank.
That's probably what happened after 2 years. It was like, check it out. You're not getting murder 2 for this. It's going to be murder 1. And if you keep fucking around, they're seeking the death penalty.
Florida don't play, dude.
Yeah, they are seeking the death penalty. The only thing you can do to avoid the death penalty is fucking confess, throw yourself on the mercy of the court, and I'll file a fucking motion for principle. So it looks like you're a real nice guy. You're taking responsibility for this bitch.
To be honest with you, man, like
I've seen that a million times.
If I was up for fucking life in prison or the death penalty, and I like knew that shit's coming.
Oh, I choose death row.
Dude, I would take death easy. Give me the front of the fucking line, man. Death.
At least you ain't getting raped on death row. No shit. People on death row ain't. I mean, they know their fate, dude. There's a little bit more peace and fellowship on that block than there is on the other blocks.
Yeah, there's less people.
Yeah, that helps.
Well, and the other thing is too, it's like when you think about it, like because Virgy's like, "Oh, put me at the front of the line." The worst part is now because of these fucking commie liberal lefty faggots.
It takes fucking like 15 years.
Well, now it's you can't turn down or like refuse an appeal. You automatically like the system appeals for you, even if you want to fast track it. It's crazy.
No shit, that's fucking retarded.
I'd go to court and be like, fuck it, I want death.
You can't waive your appeal. You can't go, put whatever, just shoot firing squad. Let's go. Like they're still like because of this liberal bullshit. They're like, we still have to go through the appeals court automatically. It's like, let me die.
I mean, we'll see what Joseline or whatever the fuck her name is gets Lang because she's convicted now. How long do you think she's gonna stay?
6 months probation.
Thank you, Harley. I have the teddy bear picture taken at the time. Yeah, you got it too, apparently. Oh, never mind. It just popped up in my browser.
I
dare
a
say
lot of
what
DMs.
really is going to happen to her, but you know.
Oh, thank you, Jeffy, for sending me fucking.
Oh, did he send his evidence dump to you as well?
Kenneth McBride tipped $1 earlier and said, "I deserve to be on death row. Mary deserves the same." It's very intriguing that they let you donate your commissary through Streamlabs, but I'm not complaining. I'm not.
You guys want to see the bear? It's in Virgy's DMs.
Hey. Oh yeah, dude, this is a good.
And look at her little pigtails. Oh, she's not trying to lure pedophiles at all.
I don't need to see. It's already in my head. Stop.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Mary, this is, by the way, Mary, this is what you get when you don't leave me the fuck alone. One night I will. Look, Mary, what, you don't want to fuck it?
I like the
Mersh's
fade.
Neighbors love him now.
You wouldn't. So you're saying no smash?
Yeah.
No,
Come on,
no
man.
smash.
You don't want to fuck Fat Wednesday Adams?
Fat Wednesday Adams.
What? Kim? When next to Christina Ricci, she's not hot enough? What?
By the way, you know what?
Type the same thing at the same time.
Hey,
I just looked in the chat.
I was the same age as Wednesday Addams when those Addams Family movies came out, man. And at the time, I'm not saying I watch them now and I'm like, ooh, but at the time, I had mad child crushes on Wednesday Addams, dude.
Well, of course. I mean, Christina Ricci.
Not doing it.
Yeah,
you know,
and she grew up into a woman I could carry that love into adulthood. She didn't like fuck up her titties like
brother,
I did.
You know the funniest
something that none of us can ever take away from Owen Benjamin.
No.
He did hit that.
You know, and now it drove him insane, and he lives in the woods getting stalked by old ladies.
That is a good point.
Sometimes you can't go too far over your level. Your mind just can't fucking handle it.
I'm gonna try to find more of Christina Ricci's exes and see if that is a common thread.
Oh, that'd be so fucking funny if they're all just raving lunatics.
Look at Adrastia. She fucks one guy, and he turns into a goddamn tranny. He starts a transgender lifestyle. She fucks another one. He murders a tard.
Yeah, that's
he has a 100% ratio of fucking child molesters. And
it's because fucking Mary's pussy is like an eldritch horror. It's like fucking Lovecraftian levels. You see it in fucking dude. You start fucking turning into like a fish cultist and shit.
What if it's literally like the only part of her that's absolutely perfect? You know what I mean? Like, what if just
that'd be fucking hilarious.
She just literally has the perfect foot, but it's like nobody wants to see
it's this.
I don't know, man. Like after I fuck Leaf, I don't want to go out and fuck a bunch of kids, and I think that's pretty good pussy. Like if you get done fucking somebody and like happen to both of her husbands, you just got to go fuck a kid afterwards. I feel like it left him a little unfulfilled.
Yeah. Because she did. She even drove the first one over to the house.
Rape. I'm disapproving of Adrastia's vagina. It makes you into the worst thing ever.
Well, what if it's the opposite? What if it's Christina Ricci levels of pussy, like where it's so bomb that You either become trans, become a child molester, or you go live out in the woods and become a crazy person.
Well, you know what? Throw your dick on the craps table and go find out, man.
I'm sorry, but I've already thrown my dick on a craps table before, and there's a reason why I'm not allowed back at Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, they don't like that.
I like to call it lost wages.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind putting your shoes on, getting your dick off the table?
By the way, I'm a little sad. I don't like the fact that you stepped on Virgy making a Frisky Dingo reference. I heard it, Virgy.
Casino references.
Thank you. Yeah, they do. They do. So yeah, you guys wanna see?
This studio is so goddamn clean now, and I've added so much cool shit to it, but I can't say what I've added to it.
Oh wait, we had a. Oh, I can't wait to see what's added to it. I wish my cat would stop scratching at my door.
It's not even going to make the show better. Literally everything I've put in my studio for myself this week has been just to make my life cooler.
Virgy, as long as that's the way to go. And you can also write it off. Anything for the studio, tax write-off. Virgy, I've submitted you a drastia_25.jpg into evidence.
Oh.
God damn, dude.
The court accepts
anal retentive OCD detail he's put into this.
I hate her, dude. Like, it's very rare I hate somebody, but when I hate
very palpable with you.
Yeah. When I hate somebody, like, they're going down, dude.
The court recognizes and admits this into the record.
This is her 17-year-old boyfriend, Corey, that she was dating when she was 25. So her pussy turned her into fucking underage kids, too. And that's not, look, I'm going to be the first to admit, 17... At 17, I was fucking bitches that were over 18. So,
I had a 27-year-old girlfriend.
Look, I'm not
by the way, why a lot better looking than fucking Mary Barone.
I wouldn't call this child molestation, but I would say it speaks to a pattern in life.
Real quick, hold on. This is a good one. Jeff Vader tipped 2 and said AP knows all these details because it was him all along.
Just like Angela Lansbury, dude. They never thought that the bitch who was there investigating every murder was doing every murder. But just no one ever said Angela Lansbury is the killer on Murder, She Wrote. She did all of them. She's always there.
No,
collecting all the evidence.
Oh, shit.
No one ever thought of that. You never thought of that, did you?
No, and it ruined my fucking whole life.
Dead. Now you can never get her.
God damn it.
Yeah. Nobody ever listens till it's too late. Angela Lansbury running around fucking killing people now. Don't blame me.
Everybody talks about that show, but you know what? I've been watching a lot of old Sunday Night Heat lately, and you know what nobody ever talks about anymore? Silk Stockings. Remember that show?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Stockings?
Yeah, and they used to have some sexy commercials when you were a little kid, but then you'd turn it on and there was no nudity because it was on network. What the fuck?
Yeah, but still, that was back in the age where you could still kind of, like, you could come to just a chick in garter belts, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, you like, remember back in the day when you were, like pure and untouched and you could actually, like, jerk off to completion to literally a chick in a bra? Holy shit.
Catalog, yeah.
The good old days.
I miss that, dude.
And now it's like you go through Pornhub and you had you literally will just be going, no, this isn't good enough to come to.
Yeah, I gotta watch a stepdaughter suck her stepfather's feet or something these days, dude.
It doesn't even need to be that much of a fetish. It's just like you'll just be about to come and then you're like, I don't like the cleft on that girl's chin.
You too?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm so neurotic now. Dude, if I
ADD in my jerking off. I didn't want to talk about it, but is this something that happens to everyone?
Are you kidding me? Dude, I could be fucking a hot chick and I could get a text message and it's over. Like,
you know how long it takes me to pick a porn video these days, dude? If I'm going to try to watch porn, I got to scroll through. Like, no, that dick's too big. That will never be me, so I can't watch that one. I got to, because I got to I don't want to look what another motherfucker fuck. I got to pretend I'm watching me fuck.
Yeah, dude, you got to fight the neuroses as real as you get older, which is why if I'm going to go bang a chick and it needs to be a guaranteed good lay, like if it's like the first time you're hooking up with some chick or whatever, I absolutely go to a gas station dick pill every time because you can't blow it.
I got a prescription for Cialis, man.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
You want some? I'll bring it with me.
He has heart problems and a prescription for Cialis.
Bury one.
Listen, Virgy, he might have heart problems and take Cialis. Yeah, it's called being a man and having priorities.
I just went and told my cardiologist I was having trouble in that area, and he was like, "Oh, here's some pills to fix that." And I was like, "I'm gonna fucking break leaf off." I was having no trouble in that area. This was right before my trip to Canada. I just wanted to fucking bury it extra deep.
But also, yeah, but again, man, I've had situated like the Israeli girl I dated was way out of my league. And the first time I hooked up with her, I almost fucking lost it because I just started panicking because I was like, oh my God, I can't blow this. I want to fuck this girl forever.
Dude, the only time I've ever taken those Cialis pills, and on my mother's eyes, man, no lie. The only time I broke open that bottle when I went to Canada, and I never, man, I didn't know when I was gonna get like caught with a surprise fuck. So I just took them with my pills in the morning every day. You're only supposed to take, and I didn't, dude. I went on a Wednesday. I didn't come until next Thursday. And I fucked all week, and she had a great time. But I did not come for over a fucking week till I stopped taking those goddamn pills.
And the worst part was he didn't even come a week later while he was fucking. He was just
I did, man.
He was just standing online. He had a delayed come, and it was a week later. He was just standing online at a Starbucks, and he's like, "Hey, could I get a?"
They wore off.
I'm not gonna tell you all Leaf's business, but I'll tell you my business in a fucking second, dude. I'm not gonna talk about her, but I'll talk about me. And let's move on.
Isn't Cialis the one that you can like?
It wasn't a problem. I was using it as a recreational drug.
Oh, I got it.
I mean, I get it, but
yeah, and I don't really I've never had a physical problem unless I was on cocaine. I just have a problem sometimes with I am a self-loathing person.
Coke is a double-edged sword.
I'm fucking a chick that I'm really into. Like, my brain will just start going, "You fucking loser! You're gonna lose your heart on. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you tell your brain. That's all of us. That happens all men. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'll
cover
keep
me.
a gas station dick pill on deck sometimes, just in case.
Look,
things kick in right away.
Hey, look, man. All you got to do, man. All you got to do is just elbow your boy and show me whatever card was just handed to you. I'll drop Cialis in your hand. I'm gonna go have fun.
So when you're behind her, right, and this is how you stop that. You take your thumb and you stick it right in her butthole and then control her like a fucking goddamn Xbox controller. You'll never have that problem.
Is that the analog?
That's the analog, and then once you get the butt rocks going, because there's rocks in there. Go for one. Once you find the butt rocks, like those, you'll know, because that's when she'll start fucking bucking back on you harder. You're not gonna have a problem. It'll never go down. Till you bust a nut on her back.
My girl is not one that will let you play with her butthole. We'll change that eventually, but
how many years?
How many years?
Yeah.
For how long? I don't even know whatever our anniversary would be. We're not married.
All right.
I don't know. Like a while. We've been together a while. She's the only one I can fucking tolerate talking to.
I'm on 16, so yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're in the butt in 16 years.
Yeah. You're in the butt like 2, maybe.
Hey, I went on a romantic vacation, man. I'm not going to go on a romantic vacation and be like, so, what are your thoughts on butt stuff?
Hey, look, you don't even have to ask.
With any other woman, I would have been done already. Look, but with this one, she's
put it on there, right? Just put it on there, and you ain't got to put it in. Just pump it like a little button.
I didn't even try, to be honest, man. I felt like she was too sweet for that. I was like, oh.
So that's something you don't. If you're doing that early in the game, something's wrong. Yeah. That's something you got to wait down the road when you're just really hammered on.
What am I gonna do on my wedding night?
Yeah, but you got to do something like this. Is gonna be a time when you're kind of bored and drunk, and you're like, all right, now let's do it. Like that. Give it a shot.
Like Steve and his wife, and he's pounding down watching porn. Whatever the next thing they do. We have to do it, Maria.
Oh God, it was pegging.
It was pegging. Yeah.
That show is so good.
Old Elgin.
My dick, little bitch. Like holding a gun to his dick.
Dude, I just love that he married like a fat, ugly Mexican woman.
Perfect.
It was just the hilarious. I'm like, God damn it, man.
It was real life. That part of the show was what happens to people like Stevie in real life, dude. A fat Mexican chick with floppy titties.
And the fact that he immediately started hating his life, I was like, there you go. That's accurate.
Like I'm being suffocated by all of her Mexican cousins. And Kenny's just like, that's love, man.
That was such a good dude.
I'm going to watch that shit.
Righteous Gemstone's coming. Was it next week, dude? Oh, my God. I'm ready.
I just love when Stevie asked that black prostitute, like, was he good? And she's like, baby, he was a goddamn animal.
Nigga, don't call me no boots. I was trying to walk a mile in his shoes, and today's shoes were a pair of comfy black boots. Slaps her on the ass.
That's right.
All right.
So, what do we have? We press one in the chat if we have. I vote guilty on Mary on this one. You're done, bitch. You're done. Guilty.
Yeah, you kind of got buried on this one, bitch. You want to watch the video where she realizes she's fucked?
Yes,
Somebody just said, just don't pull a Jack Murphy. Listen, man, all 4 people on this stream are degenerates, but I don't even think any of us would ever stoop to a Jack Murphy level.
No, you got me fucked up.
Hey, share the stream, dummy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show us if we're watching.
Oh, I thought I fucking had it shared, man. I don't know.
No, we just
You're
can
also
read.
a fucking pothead who's very dumb.
Yeah, we can read Mary's lips. We've seen these videos so much, but not this new one.
Damn, but I'd like to be in time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know professionalism and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to teach you, youngin.
Yeah, come on, man. You got the A squad on this show tonight.
We're gonna be the first ones to bitch at you real quickly.
Just the thought of going through a full another year of this.
Fucked up. Oh, she's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, she knows what's coming. The comments let her know what was coming before this.
And now they're saying that Adonis Paul is going to have the full 120-page court transcript, and that's
It's more
it
like
for me.
400.
That's it. They're gonna that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
I think
fucking
this is a
lot.
strategy. This is actually a smart strategy. She's saying 120, so when you show 400 pages, she'll be like, he added 280 pages. Which, by the way, she'll say that about you, but it's like, you're like, that would be literally committing like multiple crimes.
Hey, Mary, and by the way, I'm not getting them. I had all those docs within 4 hours.
Yeah, and
Within
also
4 hours of you making this video, I had 400.
Isn't
pages.
Florida fucking
Also,
awesome?
you stupid whore, we live in the Sunshine State. Do you understand? I got doxxed based on my voting records. Like this state is so unforgiving about that shit that if you FOIA anything, you'll get it pretty quick. Unless a cop like fucking pistol whipped some unarmed black kid and knocked his eye out of the eye socket and then stuck his dick in the eye socket and it's all on the body cam, like that might take a while. But as far as like just some pedophile and his trashy fucking homeless girlfriend, they'll give you everything. They'll be like, yeah, give me a half hour, I'll email it over.
Yeah, it was
But
pretty awesome
here's
when
the
I was
important thing
requesting
for-
shit
There may
the
be
first
some new
time.
people in the chat. Super important to know. When I say docs, I mean the court documentation. Nobody doxed Adrastia. Adrastia doxed Adrastia by internet terms. Adrastia put her real name out. She put her address out, her fucking phone number, her family's real names and phone. She put all that shit on her YouTube channel. So when we talk about in this context, the docs that we have, not DOX, DOCS, court documentation.
Also,
Yeah.
does she not understand? Well, I mean, I guess her whole audience is basically just our combined audiences.
It is. It really is.
It
Well,
really
like,
is.
if she had her own audience, right, then she should probably think about like, okay, like how many times has she made a video? Let's assume she had some audience that was her audience, right? How many people do you think knew about stuff based on her going? And then he wants to talk about the murder, and then you have like people going, whoa, what murder?
Well, that's what happened to us.
That's literally how it happened with me. Is
All somebody did was go to her comments and call her a duck murderer because she was throwing rice to ducks. Now it was cooked rice, but she didn't put that in the comments.
Roberta Laws wasn't a duck, and you're like, wait, who?
what?
That's what she did.
Yeah, that's really what
No,
she did. She came out and told the whole story. Don't call me a murderer. I was involved with a murder, and she comes out.
Dude,
What a dumb fucking bitch.
how it happened
You
with
said,
me is
"I
how it happened with me is she said something about her book and my ears perked up. Like I was like, you have a book, you say.
She's like, I can read, kind of.
Yeah, I just sort of, but I went and bought that shit immediately and got to this section where she started talking about murders and shit, and I thought she was making it up. And
By
then
the way, AP, when I call out your OPSEC, I mean it affectionately because
I know you do.
I actually think it's a Chad move to just be like, yeah, whatever, I'm here. What's up?
I know.
Come bring it. Here's my address. Better send somebody more than just Uber Eats to my house.
All I'm saying is I don't want internet people coming to my address. Don't look me up. Don't try to come to my house. I will shoot you. I will immediately feel threatened for my life, and I will fucking put a bullet through you. Not necessarily because I really think you're gonna kill me, but because my state will allow me to do that without question, and I've always wanted to know what it's like to kill a man. To be that guy to make a threat of yourself on my property. It's not that you were really threatening me. It's just that you made enough of a public threat of yourself where I could get away with shooting you.
Oh, yeah. Not only could I get away with shooting an internet person, I could probably, frankly, get away with shooting anybody in my house. And then if the cops came, just show them the Reddit and be like, and they go, yeah, you had plenty of reason to be there. Yeah, what am I going to do?
New Adrastia, did she finally post again after she went 24 hours, huh? When she got busted? Oh, I'm refreshing my subs.
She broke Michael Elgin's record.
it's gonna take a second for
This has got to be. Mr. Yes has got to be joking. Fuck you, dude. Don't link the Pod Awful holiday special.
Okay, that's fun. That is kind of funny though.
Yeah, okay. No, fuck you. Come on. I really thought it was a Drastia video. It's not funny because I was looking forward to it.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, good one. You got me, but I wanted a Drastia.
Yeah, and by the way, don't ever compare Jesse from Pod Awful to a Drasdia because Jesse from Pod Awful has never murdered a piece of pussy in his life.
I really thought you were about to, for the first time, be like, he actually is not nearly as bad as this bitch, but
No,
but I flipped it on you. See,
you flipped it on me, yeah.
and I'll add a.
He'll flip you for real.
I'll add a got him.
Got him.
Man, y'all getting me left and right out here.
Fear of this. Just saying that Adonis Paul is gonna have.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Could we get a little bit of quietly in the background? Could we get a little bit of sounds of silence by Simon and Garfunkel?
Yes. Yes.
You could play it at 10-20% volume tops, but just a little, just faintly in the background. I think it'll fit this video very well.
Yeah, you're new with adding music to your stream, Virgy. Always make the music make it sound lower on your end than it should, because if it sounds normal on your end, you're blasting the audio.
Yeah, the music should just be a little quiet suggestion in the background so people go, "You asshole."
It should never touch the yellow. It should be well low into the green.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I knew you needed the help, man. It's okay. That's what we're here for. We like you more than you think.
See, you know what's gonna be great is when Virgy just becomes like the biggest streamer out of all of us.
Good luck with that. I keep getting fucking strikes.
Well, that's
for some reason.
the Mersh effect, man. That's what we're doing out here.
Dude,
I saw a great video on it. Like, you put your chips into me, and I put my chips into Virgy, but who really wins if either one of us comes up?
It's really a big multi-level marketing thing.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Jesse was right. I can't be your friend anymore.
What the fuck are you doing with this?
There.
Virgy, what are you worried about losing your monetization? I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, I don't give a shit. No, it's
So
just
play the original version. I play the original version all the time.
do you want me to just do it without non-instrumental? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Sound of silence. Just do Sound of Silence.
Hey, dude,
boom. Second one.
You're
That's
gonna
the
get
one.
that disturbed version every fucking time.
Yo, it
which
was
is
so
so
fucked
bad.
up,
Yeah, it's fucking
dude.
terrible.
Oh my god, it's fucking awful.
I know.
And I liked
Hey,
this
why'd
there.
you sing that?
All right, you stop right there.
It was a good song.
Yeah, well, fucking too bad they
God, he's
wrote
not
it
even here.
fucking
Fuck.
60 goddamn times. Fuck it, dude. Every Disturbed song sounds exactly the fucking same.
Stupefy was tight back in the day.
Look, I'm not.
AP.
Yo, man, Click Click Boom was tight back in the day.
Click Click Boom was never cool.
It wasn't the first time you heard it. Shut up.
It was never cool.
First time you heard it, you got nodding your head like, nah, right.
No, first time I heard it was just some fucking boot marine from Courthouse Bay was like, "Hey man, you got saliva?" And I was working at a titty bar, and I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll play it." And I had to play a lot of cock rock.
My point is, a lot of things that seemed cool in the 90s were only cool because we were stupid in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. I will admit, and this is embarrassing, that I thought Puddle of Mud was good back in the day.
Puddle of Mud was good back in the day.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That is what's going to end me. It's going to kill me. The people are
Yeah, you're right.
to stop.
This is way better.
Going
It's
to let
fucking
me
a
rest.
million times
Going
better.
to leave me. They're never ever.
No,
ever,
they're not.
ever going to let me exist.
Well, Mary, you should have kept my $20.
Oh,
Mary,
we're
the
gonna-
problem is you're not asking to just exist. You're like, I want to exist, and I want to write books about people, and I want to make 400 videos slandering people. I want to make false reports and report your YouTube channel and go to your sponsors and all that shit. You're not just trying to exist. You're trying to be the hobo queen.
She's doing what every white woman does. I want to be able to report your channels, dox you, and ruin your life, but I don't want any repercussions.
The only difference between her and the average white woman is that she's ugly as fuck. Could you imagine if?
Loud, Virgy.
Really?
Down a notch. Take it down a notch.
He does have it all the way down, but I don't know why it's so loud. But Adrastia is.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. Then I guess I ruined the bit, so I guess you just have to kill it. Adrastia is that meme where it's like women and they're shoveling shit over a wall that says internet on it. And then the minute a little bit of shit falls back over from the other side of the wall, they're like, misogyny. That's exactly what Andrea has. Every white woman is just, I want to go out on the internet and go, I hope you get fucking raped and murdered. And then you say something back and they're like, reported.
I got nothing. It's just too fucking true.
This whole 120-page public record. You're over. You're done. It's over. Kill yourself. It's over.
Drastia, stop. When we say when we say we've got this information in black and white, you're fucking done. It's not people saying you're done with life. The game's up. You're done with the lies.
She adds that for the
cut
pity,
the
though.
shit.
They want me to kill
Every
myself.
fucking time, dude.
And can I clarify something for the record? Because I don't like when people slander my friends. And I consider JJ's one of my I've known JJ for fucking goddamn going on 2 decades. And Virgy and AP are my friends. I don't like seeing my friends slandered. And for the record, okay, Drasdia, I have never once heard AP say he wants you to kill yourself. Now, I have heard him say, I want you to get raped.
However,
he's never said that.
Yeah, I don't want you to kill yourself. I'm just indifferent to it. I'm like benevolent to it.
Yeah,
that's
and
all.
some people get raped and it becomes the turning point in their life, and then they end up like, they get involved in a charity and they get clean and they turn their lives around. Maybe he wants good for you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Statistically speaking, in LA, 10 people are going to get raped today. Okay, and Adrastia is a piece of shit. So if I have to vote for who one of those 10 people has to be, it's going to be her. Better her than some old lady. Better her than some fucking innocent person.
And who knows, man? Maybe
I hope you get raped. Do you really think that Andy Milonakis is going to run into 10 women while he's IRL streaming?
I'd love to put them both in the same place, dude.
Fucking hilarious. And hey, man, maybe she'll get raped and learn why her father, maybe killed himself.
Andy Milonakis almost got raped one night. I watched that happen. Some crazy homeless guy wouldn't leave him the fuck alone.
Is there a clip of that? That'd be pretty funny.
I'd have to go hunt it down. It was a while ago. I put it on my show.
Failure almost got raped one night by a man in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking hilarious.
Then the only thing that can save you from a wheelchair rape, which is a hooker, he goes and takes pictures of a fucking hooker. You don't aim a camera at a hooker. Failure, what are you doing?
Oh, damn it. I knew her, too.
Why do you think she's sitting on the porch, dude? She's pulling in dick.
And the funniest part is I talked to him about it, and then he sent me the mugshot before he even put the videos up, and he was like, yeah, dude. And I was like, I know her. And I said her real name, and he goes, yeah, that's her name. And then he sent me the mugshot. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah, I was like, I worked with that bitch. I worked with her in Miami for years.
Years ago, Mersh taught her the finer points of coconut throwing and never thought that it would come back to bite him.
Dude, I love Failure and I miss Failure, and I think we all agree there. And Failure, please come back. We miss you. But his largeness is wasted on him because he's such a sweet boy. You know what I mean? Like, he could be a fucking really terrifying Cuban guy.
Yeah, I watched a little Canadian guy punch him and him just like not want to engage with him.
Bro, come on, man. Leave me alone.
I'm like, Failure, you could crush this guy. Step on him.
He's physically intimidating if you didn't know he was such a sweet guy. Like,
if you didn't know he was a sweetheart, it'd be scary.
Because he's not just fat; he's a tall dude. Like, he's a guy that you look at and go, "Oh shit!" Like, I'm not fucking with it. He looks like he should be standing in front of a fucking nightclub that's playing like, that like fucking really obviously like Mexican music. He should like it's just a door. Yeah, with the fucking yeah, exactly. And he's outside just fucking checking IDs.
Accurate. So I guess the bottom line is, Failure, we love you, and Adrastia, it's not we don't want you to kill yourself because we love your content. The thing is you've been lying for a very long time. You antagonize people on the internet, and those people busted your lies. If that's something that makes you want to die, you need to leave YouTube. I'm serious. You're making videos where you're talking a bunch of shit, antagonizing people on a global public platform. Maybe Facebook is for you, where it's just your friends watching your videos.
Too bad she chased all of them away, bitching about us. And
yeah, they won't even give her a like now when she's like, "Dear Santa, I only want to die. It's my only wish forever." She goes into this little childish thing, and it happens at the end of every one of her videos. Here's the end of every Adrastia video. Repeat something twice, whimper, cut camera. Wait for it.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, wait, are you doing the Macho Man thing? See everything twice.
She lives by it.
Everything twice.
Virgy, go to the end of
I'm going to the end of it. All right, so let's say like the last minute and 30 out of an 8-minute video.
But I got to agree with AP. You can't be this bipolar
Whimpering?
and lash out, and then also be this fragile and be on YouTube.
Hate.
She's repeating.
Oh, wait for it. I've seen it a million times. I know what she's gonna do.
My entire life has just
They're
been
coming through.
so much hate.
Have you tried not being hateable?
Why are you a Jedi? Why does hate bother you?
There's never gonna
See, Mary, I got
Right,
some
here it
advice.
comes. Here it comes.
There's never gonna be any happiness until it's over.
Wait for it.
I didn't do anything to these people.
Yes, you did. Give me the it's never gonna end. Go for it. Tell me, babe.
I can't take this anymore. I just can't keep fighting.
What are you
You
fighting
say-
for? Like, you're not a fucking revolutionary.
I've fought for a year already, being told to kill myself every single day.
Welcome to the
Mary,
internet.
here's
Welcome to the internet.
here's a little advice for Mary, though, right? If you can't take the hate anymore, then you have two choices at that point, right? Either stop being hateable, or at least publicly hateable, like hateable with an internet footprint, or you punch through to the other side where you start to, hit your 30s and your show starts doing well, and then all of a sudden you have some kind of weird sexual gratification from all the hate you get. You're gonna have to figure out a way to, you got to either figure out a way to get off on the hate or to stop the hate by just stop being hateable. Those are your choices, lady.
See, listen to Mersh right now. He knows what he's talking about.
Really knows.
I'm going to send you a link to a Reddit thread. Imagine being this guy.
Keep
It's like one time somebody said, can you take the type of
coming
hate that
back
Andy
from
takes?
this.
And I said, no.
There's no coming back. There's no coming back. There's no coming back.
There it is.
No coming back because
Oh, there is
nobody
fi- oh,
cares
wow.
and nobody
Wait,
loves
that can't
you
be
and
it.
You got
nobody ever
three.
will.
That can't be it. She's got it. There's got to be a whimper. Wait for it.
Nobody cares and nobody loves you and nobody ever will.
There it is.
Somebody did love you.
Say it again.
No, she did.
over
She
it.
said it twice. No, she said it twice.
Nobody cares and
Look.
no coming back because nobody cares and nobody loves you and nobody ever will.
That's one.
Nobody cares and nobody
Wait.
Whimper and cut.
Beautifully done.
Every fucking time, Mary.
Beautifully done, my man.
And you wonder why you get called a liar.
10 out of
you wonder
10
why
out of
you get
10.
called predictable because you're a bad actress and you give weak sauce endings. And go to any one of her videos. She does the same thing. Repeat twice, whimper, cut the camera.
I also want to correct. I mean,
It's
Mary.
never gonna end.
Mary,
It's
somebody
never gonna end.
Yeah, well,
somebody
if
did love you. A guy loved you enough to take the fall on first-degree murder for you,
Yeah,
and you
what about
see you
Kenneth?
blew it. See, a guy did love you, to some extent at least, and then
You couldn't keep it. You're a snitch.
but then you had to make him murder his real girlfriend. So you did this.
Or
Hey.
you could have just not snitched on him, and nobody would ever found her buried out there, and you could have had your man and been lovable. Sorry, I don't reward snitches. Sorry, Drastia.
since we're